to you, Dr Nairouz, on that, and to ask you, through all of that incredible hard work that you put into creating your amazing business, your definition of success and the defining decisions, career moments that really made you who you are today.
It's definitely, first of all, I have to say thank you very much, Your Excellency. You're competing with us. I was in the business of people, but mashallah, and you're such a motivational speaker. And yeah, I'm very happy and pleased to see even Her Excellency at the beginning when she gave her notes, and she mentioned that talents is the main asset, and absolutely, totally agree. I cannot say that there was one specific moment, but it's kind of collective of so many different moments and challenges and tears and happiness and jumping up and down, when you close the first deal, etc. But one of the things that I have to say, I am in the business that have been known for so many years in the Western world to be a man's show. So executive search, it's somewhat like lawyers. It's the talent part, if you will, of that professional service. And in so many cases, I used to be the only female in the room. And in so many cases, I have been a victim of subconscious bias, where, for example, board said that we have shortlisted your company, we see that you're very qualified, but they felt insecure to give such an important project like finding their CEO for a female-led business. That was a few decades ago. I was here before you were here, but I'm not going to say how many years. But I'm so glad to see that the evolution now, it's going into the other direction. So what used to be a challenge that we needed to overcome has become actually you can leverage it and use it to your own benefits. So speaking from a female point of view, in several cases, it used to be hard for me to get the credibility or decision makers to take me seriously simply because I was a young, foolish woman, and I'm speaking a few years ago, not now. But I always say, and even, sometimes I was in the States and I've been interviewed about the challenges of the Arab woman, etc. And I said, the same challenge can really contribute to your success. So yes, at the beginning people didn't take me seriously, but because maybe I was a beautiful little girl, they just give me an appointment. Once you're in the meeting room, and because people had lower expectation, once you start to speak sense, you get double the credibility. So whatever initially, I had a choice, either to go and cry on my mother's lap and say nobody takes me seriously, or go forward with it and be a risk taker, and be bold and believe in what I can bring into the table. And that had served me a lot. So one of the points that His Excellency mentioned, and I have to confirm, is it's essential to overcome the imposter syndrome. We do have built in us, and actually by statistic, it's more in successful people rather than not successful people, that we have built in the self-sabotage, that we keep on subconsciously doubting ourselves, and this is our security mindset, trying to keep us secure, so don't take any risk, be on the safe side, and all the what ifs. So my first advice, and especially for females, and especially in our culture, because we come from a rich culture of being modest, and that doesn't serve us well in all business contexts. So we can be modest in a social context, but you have to be bold when you are in business. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to speak up. If I am not the advocate of me, why anybody would care to advocate for me? So this is something I've learned over a few decades, and this is something that I have to say, especially for females, I highly encourage you to be bold, be authentic, and be a risk taker. Having self-doubts is also extremely important. Like stress, in certain dosage, it's really a motivator for you to move forward. But in extreme dosage, it could be a killer. So also having self-doubts, if you feel you're too comfortable in the position where you are, that means you're not moving forward. You have to have that anxiety and to have that self-questioning. Am I on the right place? Is it going to turn out okay? that's okay. You should never know the answer 100%. And actually COVID proved that correctly. We have done a research about the certain leadership attributes that are required COVID and post-COVID. And the most important one, which is, I'm glad, finally for us in the Middle East and emerging market, what we have built in as survival leadership attributes have become an international global requirement for each and every CEO globally, which is being able to manage making decisions without having total analytics and data clarity. So how to manage through ambiguity, that's a great skill that many don't have in the developed market, with all respect for the European market. But this we have been seeing, and this is even in our business. We used to import talent to the Middle East. Nowadays, actually, we're exporting talent. So more and more of this type of thinking on your feet. You're always kind of in a competitive market. You always have to move forward and evolve. We are pushed in this region to learn and develop each and every day. There's not a single day that we can say, okay, this is good enough. If you stop, you're going backwards.
Yeah. Powerful, powerful words from you, Dr. Nairouz. Thank you so much for that. And I always think, if you get imposter syndrome, you should be excited and you should celebrate it, because then you know you're in a place of growth.
Yeah.
You've come out of your comfort zone, and that is so exciting. There are the nerves, but let's do it. Let's get in there. We're learning something new. So thank you for bringing that to